Dead man! Dead man walking!
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Welcome to Death Row.
I'm your huckleberry.
Never talk to me like that again. You hear me? Huh?
Say good night to the bad guy.
Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Bang, 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 daddy, bang.
How to show online, people.
Get over here. She belongs to the streets.
Track! Track!
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, yeah?
Many have wondered why Satan was played by a woman in The Passion of the Christ.
What kind of stupid-ass question is that?
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
Goodbye.
It's an evil world we live in.
You come at the king? You best not miss.
Say good night to the bad guy.
Shout out to Black Dove. Definitely not in this situation. Shout out to all of my day ones and my stay ones. You feel me? Shout out to all of my day ones and stay ones in this situation. First and foremost, anybody make fun of my shirt or my hairline? We got beef. Okay, I went back too far on my hairline probably 5 days ago, and we've been having to let it grow back. So stop the hate. There's no need for hate. Only love. Only love. Right? I would be... I don't have to say it, but I might as well say it because I would be remiss if I didn't say it. We got a hot one tonight. But you knew that. Dang! That was 5 minutes late. Let me see if I can fix that. Again, for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about Roof down there in the building. I'm talking about AJ down there in this situation. Dr. K, shout out to my day ones and my stay ones. Right. See if I missed anybody. For those of you who don't know what my day ones and my stay ones are, well, you just don't know. It means you haven't been here. They say Dove went missing. We got Dove on the back of a milk carton. Listen, hey, listen how far we have advanced, people. You remember they used to put people on the back of milk cartons? We'll have to put Dove on the back of a milk carton. We're not going to summon her, though, like bring her back. No, keep her where she at, you know what I mean? Just for humanity's sake, you know, put her on the milk carton, right? But yeah, people, we definitely got heat jumping off tonight. We want to talk about something that is not talked about often. Give me a second. You guys know how I do. This is something that's not talked. It's very, very unfortunate that it's not talked about often because it happens often, right? I think this. No. That is a huge problem, people. No. A lot of your brothers have been victim to this. A lot of your brothers and your dads, people have been victim to this, but it gets swept up under the radar like it's something that doesn't happen much, right? Shout out to legends. Hey, we gotta get Roof, man, you gonna fall out. Didn't I say don't be making fun of my hairline? But listen, who are we missing? Is it Game Time? What was his name? The brother who sent out a distress when we... Listen, I think the brother really was going through something and none of us paid attention to it. I thought maybe he was just, you know, I'm disappointed in myself because the brother did need some help apparently because we haven't seen him since. Who am I talking about, everybody? Is it Game Time? Yeah, I'm disappointed in myself because when we were down there in the live, that brother said he didn't have money to feed his kids and stuff, and I think we all thought he was joking. We haven't seen him since, and I'm really disappointed in myself because I didn't take it serious, and I don't know how to get in touch with him, so damn it, man. But listen, people, we are live on TikTok. Shout out to my brother Black Guru, definitely in this situation. Hey, man, I saw that clip you put up day before yesterday, too. But listen, people, the topic of today's show, he left her for cheating, and she did this. How many of you can guess what she did after she got busted cheating? How many of you can guess? And what I want to say to everybody is this. I really, really hate, and I want all of the women, Miss Patrice, Lovely Hair, I want all of the ladies to understand, this is not a woman-hating channel. I really hate that anything can be misconstrued as that, because we do have a huge problem taking place. Women were never supposed to be considering themselves equal to men. You're not equal to men. Have you guys ever noticed how immaculately you got treated when you assumed your role as the weaker vessel? We treated you like the weaker vessel to be protected at the highest levels, right? To be catered to. But when you match yourself up with us, have you ever saw us doing that crap to our boys? Catering to our boys? Protecting them at all costs and all of that stuff? No, that's because they have the same equal power as us. Now, when you make yourself up to be up there with us, it instantly creates the image that we don't have to do all of those things for you. You guys robbed yourselves of greatness. We used to salivate at the mouth about you because you resembled the weaker vessel. And you made us feel as though our assignment was to protect you. But when you calling people, I can't say that because TikTok is crazy. If you present yourself as just as big and bad a bodyguard as me, then hell, you protect me. You don't need no protecting, right? That's what you did. You stole and robbed yourself out of greatness, out of luxury. You guys running around here talking about, I got my own money. I told a woman this. I said, you know what? You rock with me anytime I call you and things like that. And I said, I haven't really treated you right. I said, you know, I have this show, and so I have information that the average person doesn't have. So, I often get to hear women say, I don't need a man and this and this and that. And I said, because that is embedded in men's head in society today, I haven't really done much for you. I started sending her cash apps occasionally. You guys are robbing yourselves. You running around saying these things, and we're listening. I don't need no man. We're listening. Independent woman, college educated, right? We're listening to what you're telling us. And we're treating you accordingly. And how we're treating you, a lot of you guys have been vocal, said you don't like how we're treating you. But we're only going off of the energy that you're kicking out. Okay, let's get our IG family up in here. You dig? You dig? And the reason that we're talking about that tonight is you ladies were given too much privilege. You're not supposed to have women. Give me a second. Dang it. That's better. You guys, listen, I'm going to say this and it's going to offend some women. You guys weren't supposed to receive all of the rights that you had. Women were not supposed to be given all of the rights that they have right now. Shout out to IG in this situation. The reason that women were not supposed to be given all of these rights is because it was the equivalent of giving 7-year-old children and just expecting nothing to go wrong. You guys destroyed yourselves. You were giving too many rights. When you were more vulnerable, when you resembled the weaker vessel, we felt an obligation to cater to you. We felt an obligation to make sure not too much went wrong with her life. We felt the obligation to even be concerned when you racked your ankle up against the bed rail. We catered to you guys like crazy. But when you guys are running around here saying things like, I don't need no man, independent, I got my own money, then why would the notion of me ever giving you any money pop up into my head, Miss All That? If you really do sit back and think about what I'm saying up here, and you revisit the past, you could visibly see how you guys robbed yourselves. You could visibly see how you guys cheated yourselves out of luxuries. Everything that you guys asked for today, we used to give to you on a regular because we associated you with something that we must take care of. We associated you with something that we have to look out for and something that we can't let too much happen to. But you guys started behaving like you were equal to us. Now, if you're equal to me, why would I bend over backwards, no diddy, to accommodate you? You should be able to do all of the things that I can do. You should be able to defend yourself. You should be able to pay your own bills, right? You should be able to do all of those things. But the truth of the matter is, you let your mouth overload. Why do everybody say I remind them of Paul Pierce? Jeez. That's been going on for about 3 years. Let me see something.
I mean, for me cheating on you for somebody and...
Now, here's what we're talking about. Today's show, and listen, I need 20 of you to share today's show, and I'm overly impressed with the progress that we're making. You guys don't know, we will have several 100,000 subscribers here very shortly, right? Our analytics are jumping. The thing that was holding us back for 3 years is fixed, and I'm exuberated. You guys let your appetites overload your guts. You said, freedom, we get free, we get this, we get that. I want it all, I want it all, I want it all. Now you have a tummy ache. Guess what the tummy ache is? We don't do a fraction of the things for you that we used to do because you made yourselves to be equal to us. If you're equal to us, the things that we do for women, you should be able to do for yourself. You see how crazy that is? Now, the topic of today's show, this is what we're talking about. Women were given too much power. This woman got caught cheating, and her man left her. Right? But guess what she did?
You could have given me another chance, and that's just the honest truth. And if consequences was involved, I definitely wouldn't have wanted to go to jail for falsifying a fake report. That was so unladylike of me. I don't know where I get that from. And I know I'm not in fear of Ryan Bradstreet. Like, I know his whole family.
I'm going to rewind this. Those of you, listen, those of you who want to see this show, the show's going to be lit. Come to YouTube, The Real Stacey Prince. We're going to be going off of this clip for 20 minutes. This woman got caught cheating. Guess what color she was? This woman got caught cheating. And when her man left her for cheating, shout out to Lone Star, my day one, definitely in the building. This woman got caught cheating. And when her man left her for cheating, he was on parole. She got him sent back to prison, said he did something, and he said he put his hands on her, I believe. Women were given too much power, and it destroyed you. We are visibly watching women eat themselves alive. Every perk and every benefit that they have ever been given, that has ever been associated with women, we are watching yourselves strip yourselves of it so that you can accommodate yourselves and give yourselves what you believe the pleasures you deserve are. But the pleasures that you keep overdosing yourselves on are decapitating you. Body counts going through the roofs. Men no longer have respect. I don't really like women today. I'll say it in front of anybody. I don't like what a woman is today. I don't desire to be around you. The behavior is atrocious. I am so sick of seeing naked women. I don't know what to do. And I, as a content creator and influencer, I don't have the luxury of staying off of social media where I can't see this bull crap. I hate it. I detest it. I'm sick of seeing naked women. The spandex clothing where it's all in the crack of your butt. I'm sick of it, and I despise you at high levels. Now, the women I date are immaculate. The women who are in society who resemble the women who I date, I'm crazy about them. A woman is so valuable to this world. She is so powerful. She is so coaxing. She is comforting. Do you know what a muse is? A woman has the ability to make a man who's operating in the form of a loser turn his whole life around. But what we have today is trash. It's trash. I thank God that I have not had the experiences of all that we see on social media today. Now, I will say this. I believe that there's more good black women out there than what we think. I think there's significantly more good women out there than we think. I think because we live in a racist country and all of the social media platforms that determine what we see every day are racist, they push out the absolute worst of the visuals of African Americans. So when you do reels of terrible behaving African American women, it goes to the charts. I have some that have 3-4 million views, right? But when you say something amazing and respectful about women, you'd be lucky if you crack 2,000 views. You'd be lucky if you crack. So that has a great deal to do with it. I think it would behoove us. I think it is incumbent upon us to be more considerate that there are a large number of amazing women out there, that some of them are even right now not operating like they should operate, but I still believe that there is a significant number of women who, if they were latched on to the right man, she could perform at a higher level, right? But I'll say about 50%, 40%. 40% of the women in the African American community, I think they're good. And the reason we know is because they're not on social media. That's why we're not hearing from them. That's why we don't see them. I know several. Almost every woman I know does not fit the criteria of the women that we see acting debaucherous on social media. I don't know any ghetto women. I know women who were raised in the hood and they're rough around the edge and they have multiple children by multiple men, but they're still nice. They're still polite. You can hold a decent conversation with them, right? So I want us all to black people aren't trash. It is an agenda to make the world seem like we are, but black people are amazing. There is a portion of black women who are so disgustingly, debaucherously nasty to where, hold on, somebody seemingly trying to mess up the show. Jeez. I love letting people know that they're bothering me. I'll push a door and let you know, nigga, you too loud, nigga. Let me see something. My people said, absolutely. These women today are niggas in dresses. And you turn us off. You turn us off. Shout out to all of my day ones and my stay ones down there in the chat. Instagram, TikTok, let's go. But listen, I will say this. Our African American women who are trash are trash. Trash. I'm going to go so far as to say this. I believe it's about a 70-30 split. 60-40, something like that. And here's why I'll say the number is so high. Because it's getting to the point to where you can no longer tell the difference between our classy women and our hoes. Our classy women who have PhDs and dual degrees, they dress like hoes, they talk like them. It's a culture that has spread throughout the black community like chickenpox. It's high level contagious. It's almost to the point if you don't, period, and did, I said what I said. Fingernails this long, about the size of a football field, right? Eyelashes so ignorantly, debaucherously long, looks like they're about to tip her over and cause her to fall on her face. The hair is always fake. So actually, I'll say 70-30. About 70% of the women in African American community are not good to deal with. And about 30% of them are ideal. But out of that 30%, you have to understand a significant portion of them are married. A significant portion of them are locked down. A significant portion of them don't even come out and don't even get on social media. All of that stuff. Right? My point is this. The rights that you guys were giving absolutely decapitated you. It was like giving children. It was like leaving a GUN safe open, fully loaded, one in the chamber, 30 GUNs sitting in the GUN safe, and just you and your wife going on vacation for 3 weeks. What would you expect to happen? Yes, you're going to get a phone call that one of your children is deceased. Yes, women are just that childish most of the time. So imagine this. Imagine telling a woman she can have sex with anybody she finds attractive. Imagine giving a woman, leaving it up to a woman whether or not the sex is protected, even though we know it feels better when it's unprotected. Imagine allowing a woman to drink and go to clubs anytime she wanted to. Imagine a woman having the ability to do substances anytime she wants to. Imagine her having her own house. Do you know what's taking place in some of these women's houses? We know what's taking place. 26 to 29% of the children in the African American community report being touched. And studies show that the reason it's that high, it's at those heights when there's not a man present. A lot of these women don't even want to get locked down in a serious relationship because they would have to get rid of that roster of 5 men who blow their butts out on a regular. This is what happens when a woman does not have to follow any guidelines, when a woman does not have to follow any regulations. This is what happens. You know how we know? The quality of today's women, not all women, but the quality of today's women. What happened to them? Men didn't do it. Police didn't do it. Women did this to women. You had all of these children by multiple different men. You decided that you wanted to maintain an average weight of 187 pounds. They were not supposed to be. I'll say this, and I've said it several times. African American men were the only things that could African American men were the only ones who could control African American women, and the American government helped them escape from us. And ever since, their life has been in shambles. Men don't find them attractive. Men only use them for cum depositories, right? That's it. A lot of the ways that you see men treat you guys are on social media talking about how badly women get treated. We're going off of how you present yourselves to us. By nature, men are protectors. We don't know how to not protect, right? If you're not being protected, if men are treating you bad, it's because you don't resemble something that deserves to be treated right. We've heard things about other men who have ran through you. Other men, why should you get ran through, but we treat you like something that we're willing to give our lives up for? That's crazy. And that's the roadblock that you guys keep bumping into. You don't want to be treated like what you've done to yourself, but we have no other choice but to treat you like how you present yourselves to us. Come to us at the club half naked. Come to us and we've already heard about your body count. Come to us and you have the behavior of a woman who has multiple children by multiple men, and the children are getting on your nerves all the time. We can tell women. We can tell what's pretty much going on behind the veil of your lives because we know what the elements are that typically cause people to behave a certain way. If you have a quick-witted temper, we know you probably have kids, multiple kids, because people are not inherently supposed to just be quick-tempered and things like that. So we treat you accordingly. But let's get to the show, people. Those of you who want to get the full impact of this show, if you're not over here on YouTube, you're only going to be able to hear the show. You won't be able to see it. You won't be able to see the video. I want to show you guys the power that women have been given. We know the power was so much to where it destroyed them, but they were also utilized as agents of the American government to destroy black men as well. If you don't believe me, check this out.
I mean, for me cheating on you for somebody, and I feel like you could have given me another chance, and that's just the honest truth. And if consequences was involved, I definitely wouldn't have wanted to go to jail for falsifying a fake report. That was so unladylike of me. I don't know where I get that from. And I know I'm not in fear of Ryan Bradstreet. Like, I know his whole family know me.
That is diabolical. To fill you in, this is what happened. This man, he gets out of prison on parole. His girlfriend cheats on him. He dumps her. She's so upset. She falsifies a police report to get him locked back up, to get him sent back to prison. And now here he is facing the Louisiana Parole Revocation Board with 5 years of his life.
See, this is parole. This isn't a court hearing where you go and you get to plead your innocence. Parole is back to the last prison you were at. We don't need to have a hearing about this. You violated parole. So it is so much harder to fight. And usually I haven't even heard of situations where a person gets to come testify that he didn't do this thing that I said to him. Usually it's just hit dog. That's it. And that lets you know how diabolical a woman's nature is. That's why a woman's nature needs to be governed, because what she is capable of doing, well, look at their own lives. These women leave a man for cheating and destroy a 5-member family. Don't take that the wrong way. I don't think a man is supposed to be allowed to cheat. If a man cheats, there's supposed to be repercussions. And if he won't quit cheating, leave him. But that's not what these women are doing. Our grandmothers didn't have half the education that these women have, right? They didn't have a quarter of the education these women have. Yet our grandmothers and our aunties maintained families for 60 years. They ended up being the rock behind great nieces and nephews, right? A place of refuge, a home that when anybody lost their house, they could come stay upstairs or in the basement. These people created places of refuge for us, right? Headquarters for us, and they maintained it. And when they passed on, things were passed down, homes were passed down, Cars were passed down. Family reunions were 126 people deep. Yet you had higher levels of education than these women. But guess what these women had that you didn't? They had deeper levels of humanity. They were able to weigh that it doesn't make sense to destroy my entire family because he cheated. And then when you guys leave men for cheating, you're out there on the chopping block getting blasted. Bang, 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 blasted. Bang, 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 and hit with the infamous belt buckle jingle. How can't you guys get tired of men climbing atop of you, stretching you out, and the moment he releases, "Shit, shorty, what you about to do?" How could you get okay with something like that? Being used as trash. That's what happens when you leave your man who cheated. Your man who cheated is willing to treat you in ways, is willing to do things for you that an ordinary person who just wants to use you as a jump off won't do for you. Somebody who uses you to stretch you out when he needs to let one go is not going to be willing to defend you with his life, defend your children with his life. That is reserved for the person who pumped the children in you, but that's difficult because so many of you have multiple children by multiple different men, and all of them can't be your protector and provider. You were given too much freedom, and the freedom that you were giving, the American government saw what you were capable of with it, and he used you to help destroy black men, which if black men get destroyed, there are no defenders of the entire black community. Let's go.
Hanging on the balance. This is insane. This kind of case needs to go viral. Now, maybe you've seen it before. YouTube, for whatever reason, shadow banned it on my channel, but on Instagram.
Shout out to my girl, Lauren. Lauren said, "I agree. I wouldn't ruin my family over an isolated event." You destroy a whole family? Oh, that will never make sense to me. It will never make sense to me.
Instagram, it went viral. On Facebook, it went viral. So I thought I would try one more time on YouTube. If you think that she should get called out for lying, falsifying a police report, and trying to get her boo sent back to prison for 5 years because she cheated on him, then make sure to help this be seen. And also, I'm happy to tell you that this video is sponsored by Rose Forever. It's beautiful roses. I'll give you a look at them later in the video. For now, let's jump in.
Good morning, Mr. President. How are you? My wife, sir. Good morning. Good. On 12/18/2025, the offender was arrested by the probations and parole for the LOPD Ward domestic abuse battery. Pending charges, case number M624152 on 117.
This woman cheated on this man after he got out of prison. And when he left her for cheating, she called parole and police and said he put his hands on me. Hell have no fury like a woman scorned.
State refused the charges. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or with a statement?
I plead not guilty with a statement.
What happened? Tell us what happened.
I had been in a relationship. I was in a relationship, and the female that I was with, she ended up cheating on me. So I left the relationship alone. So prior to me leaving the relationship, she said that I hit her, I gave her a black eye, and I broke her phone, but none of it didn't happen. The black eye came from her having a fight prior to me and her having an argument. All we had was a simple argument. It never went to no farther than me hitting her, breaking her phone, and none of that. I left and went by my business. That's the whole, ain't nothing more to the story, Mr. Tibbs.
How did the phone get broken?
The phone never was broken.
The phone that I'm sorry.
Get to you, ma'am.
The phone never was broken. The phone that they never gave me. They never said that what the phone held, like the charge of the phone, like they never charged me for how much it cost or nothing. The phone number was broken. They don't have a picture of a broken phone. They don't have the amount due to get the phone fixed or nothing. The phone number was broken. All of it was falsified. It was a lot.
And I want you guys to know, it is that simple. A woman doesn't have to produce any evidence. She can say, he knocked me. She can say, he broke my phone without ever having to show the phone. This is real. And I want you brothers to know your life is not worth your lust. It's not. Because locking in with the wrong woman because her poontang is fire. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Because she has that good. We have video clips of women taking these men's lives, poking them up with blades about her lust. He doesn't want to be with her anymore. We have videos of women making sure that they withhold the children from something that is essential to the development of the children. The father, because he doesn't want to be with her anymore. You guys need to never let these stories and things we've experienced and things that we know about die in your heads. You need to acknowledge that it's a realistic event that can take place like this in America.
Hi. What was the order about the phone? We're trying to get her to show you her phone.
I had the phone in my possession and I went through the phone. After I went through the phone and said she was cheating, I gave her her phone back. When she seen that I was leaving, it was a problem because we was breaking up. And she did not want to let me leave. So the problem was is that I feel like she didn't want to see me with the next person I was going to go to, or, you know, whatever the cause may be. So I just left. I never.
Did you hit her?
No, sir. I did not hit her. Did not put my hands on her, nothing. I love her.
Okay. My colleagues have any questions? Let's hear from the speaker in this, because I think she could help try to clear up some stuff, and then we can ask our questions at one time. Okay, Miss Tashonda Marcelin.
Yes. Good morning.
Tell us what you got to say.
Good morning. I'm sorry about all this here. I just want to say I'm sorry about having all this going on. I am dead wrong because he didn't break my phone. The phone that I'm using is the phone right now that I had, but the police seen me with two phones, so they already knew that the phone was of no value. That was an old phone I had. I was wrong, and after seeing him in jail, you know, I really feel bad because I was.
She just muted herself.
You muted yourself. Unmute. Hit unmute.
Yes, I was right after calling the police on you. No, you did not hit me. I was hurt because he was leaving me. I felt like I've been with him a long time, even with the situation with his baby mother lying on him, putting him in jail, stalking me for a whole year. So I really had a whole lot of feelings going on, and I felt like I needed him the most at that time. So when he was leaving and I had to get my stuff from by his mom's house and all that, I was wrong. I called the police at a whole different area, which was at front of my grandma's house, and that is not where nothing happened at. And he actually.
Even where they got into an argument at is not even the same location where she called the police on him at. And this is what I'm telling you guys. See, the reason that you guys can see my content and I want to say this to everybody too. I'm glad that I thought about this. I really do hate that we have to talk so much about women because I don't want women to feel attacked on this show. I hate it. I don't want most of our shows to be women. But if there's a person over there who has cancer and they also have gonorrhea, when the doctors get a hold to that person, they're going to focus on the cancer. They're not going to focus on the gonorrhea. Ladies, I don't mean to trigger you in the slightest. I am a logical intellectual. Men are visual, and things don't confuse us to the way that they confuse women. That right there is an LED light. Speaking of which, that is an LED light. I'm not going to call it something else. That's what women tend to do. What we see you guys doing, we understand it to be a cancer to what's going on, where we're trying to be. I hate that it is true that you guys can say a lot of our content is women this, women that. I hate that. But it is something that needs to be addressed with the utmost attention because you guys are out of pocket. Even the men that you could say terrible. Well, what about the men? I understand that. There are some effed up men out there. But the reason that men were telling you guys all these years to stop having children with multiple men and things like that is because we know how children turn out when they don't have a father to teach them and guide them. So even the men that you ladies can say ain't shit, you're creating them. We almost feel like there's no need to be addressing these men who are out here doing the stupid stuff because if you keep on creating them, we can't keep fixing the broken men that you keep shooting out of your vajayjays. We need you to stop creating them. And what I mean when I say stop creating them, if you're going to be having unprotected sex, I would prefer that you had it with somebody you were married to, or that you had it with somebody who you've been in a relationship with for some years and nothing else. Because someone who you're not in a long-term relationship with, how do you expect it to go if he's allowed to bust nuts in you? It is the perfect recipe for you to become a single mother. What do you think is going to happen? Me and you, F-U-C-K is what we do. If I get to F-U-C-K you raw, I'm going to get you pregnant. And if we're not together, when I get you pregnant, what makes you think we're going to be together after you have the child? And don't say, but it takes two. No, it don't. I don't care about you. I needed some poontang. And I know that you let me go raw. I hate TikTok. And at this point, I don't even care if they ban my account. You can't say anything. But my point is this. Listen, TikTok, I'm going to have to go ahead and drop this whole thing. I'm going to have to go ahead and drop the whole thing, but I'm going to fire it right back up. You won't even notice that it's dropped. Come right back to the show. They've given me too many strikes, and I know they're about to ban the account. Come right back up. It's crazy, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is what we're trying to tell you guys. What are you expecting to happen? I wasn't with you when you got pregnant. And see, this is another thing that we don't like that women typically do. This is another thing that we don't like that women do. Why they leave in these families? These aren't families. Your head is fire. This wasn't a family. Your poontang gets sloppy wet. Like every day you drink a whole bottle of Crisco. And I like that. We had nothing and you know we had nothing. I'll even play devil's advocate. I agree. It feels better without a condom. But the repercussions. Right? I hate that it sounds like we are always up here on women's case because it's a female trait to me. But this is an emergency that has to be addressed. And I am proud to say a lot of women who have gotten turned on to our show, they have started thinking differently about some of their ideologies. That's why we have this show every day. There are terrible things that are happening that if they don't stop, it only gets worse and worse. In the black community, we can't afford a straw to drop on the camel's back. We can't afford it. It's already over for us. That's why you guys hear our shows always. Now, don't get it twisted. We definitely get on men. The fifth show from the top is, I think, what's it called? Deadbeat dads owe their children. We have several shows like that. But there's a likelihood that a man who is a deadbeat dad, never mind, I don't want to go there. Let's go.
Phone was of no value. That was an old phone I had. I was wrong. And after seeing him in jail, you know, I really feel bad because I was wrong.
Let me pause this, read my super chats. My people over here rocking with us. AJ over here setting it off. I appreciate the love, my guy. Kicking it off one time. Shout out to Miss Brenda over here supporting the show. She said for the love of the show. And people, if you rock with the show, like the show rocks with you, support the show. If you have Cash App, hit the real Stacey Prince on the Cash App. If you're on YouTube, send the super chat or send the Cash App. If you find value in the content, let us know.
You muted yourself. Unmute. Hit unmute.
Yes, I was right for calling the police on you. No, you did not hit me. I was hurt because he was leaving me. I felt like I've been with him a long time. Even with the situation with his baby mother lying on him, putting him in jail, stalking me for a whole year. So I really had a whole lot of feelings going on. And I felt like I needed him the most at that time. So when he was leaving and I had to get myself from by his mom's house and all that, I was wrong. I called the police at a whole different area, which was at front of my grandma's house. And that is not where nothing happened at. And he actually didn't hit me. I'm down bad from playing with your life like that. I know that.
Listen, and you know that this is a broken chick. She doesn't even know. She's talking ghetto and hood even in front of this board. I'm down bad. You think they know what down bad means? I love my She's talking to the parole board like they some niggas from the streets. So even that, fellas, you guys got to learn to pick better too. Seriously.
You don't want to talk to me no more.
I
had to get myself from by his mom's house and all that. I was wrong. I called the police at a whole different area, which was at front of my grandma's house. And that is not where nothing happened at. And he actually didn't hit me. I'm down bad from playing with your life like that. I know that you don't want to talk to me no more. And my family, you know, I'm dealing with serious consequences outside of the system for doing this because I wasn't raised like that. And, you know, I just hope that all this could be resolved. That's why I refused the charges. Me and my dad was going to go up there and handle the situation, but I never had to go to court. I hope that my statement can help today because he actually didn't do nothing. I was wrong, Ryan, and I apologize for that because I shouldn't have played with nobody's life like that.
And see, fellas, listen, I want everybody to listen to me as I speak. Please listen to this one moment if you listen to nothing else. You want to say, what can be going on inside of a woman to cause her to play with an entire life of somebody's? But the answer is this. That thing that's going on inside of her that gives her the ability to snatch somebody's life like that is also that very same thing that causes her to lose control on the inside and allow multiple different men to nut inside of her. We often use this concept of out of control. We say that, We just say it, but we don't often analyze it adequately. Out of control means I lack control of myself. Do you know what a person who has no control over themselves can do to you? And I'll say all women. All women have the biological makeup to be so emotional to where not only can they black out, but their innards can tell them to do things that are terrible and convince them that they're not that terrible. The very same thing that can cause a woman to lie on a man and send him to prison. We all know that's terrible. The very same emotions that can take her to a place of doing that is the very same emotion that can cause a woman to believe that it's not a big deal to have 3 children by 3 different men. I just want to see who I'm talking to down here. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. On a scale of 1 to 10, how outrageous would you say it is for a woman to have 3 children by 3 different men? And I'm not attacking you. My mom did. But my mom repented and she thinks different now. So I want to know what you guys think. How outrageous is it for a woman to have 3 children by 3 different men? Miss Raven said 10. Look, is that Vic said 1,000. I agree. 10. 1,000. 10. Too outrageous. I agree. That's like the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot. It's something that we've heard of it, but it's nothing we've ever supposed to have seen. Shout out to Miss Joan over here supporting the show. For the love of the show. I appreciate the love. I appreciate you. It's outrageous. We don't want to get up here and be condemning women. But if we don't say anything about what you're doing, not only will you continue to destroy yourself, but what you do affects us as well at a high level. What you do doesn't affect us at a small level. It really has the power to impact how people look at us when they look at us. You are the mirror image of us. You are the reflection of us. When people see you out there acting like monkeys, twerking on top of cars on the highway, they don't look at black women, they look at black people like we're degenerates. And I hate to say this, but black women are the leading charge of this. You have succumbed to all of the musical influence that are decapitating you. And if you had a man, I could get you in check. We don't knock you for being emotional creatures. It is how you spew the love and nurturing out on our children. It is how you grab my shoulder with your index finger and your thumb and touch me in ways that causes my day to be better. But it is incumbent upon men to govern your emotions. Make sure you don't go too far. Make sure that when you have your woman moments, it doesn't affect our household. It doesn't hurt our kids. It doesn't cause you to go and let a man nut in you when you're married to me. Men are the governors of women. And you guys take that like a slight, but we've never done anything but protected you. Are there some men who have abused women? Yes, but we live in an imperfect world. There are women who have drove their children off into lakes. And I want to touch on that because we often hear this. We often hear about what's going on. We live in an imperfect world. Men have taken women's lives. We live in an imperfect world. Women have been in marriages for 30 years and a man has found out 4 children that he raised all his life are not his. We live in an imperfect world. But what we have to do is mitigate all that we can mitigate. All of the high level things that are bad, let's try not to do those. You must have a man in your life. It's, men have never had a problem. We've never had a problem proclaiming how valuable you are. We start investing in you on the first day. We don't even know you, but you're so valuable to us. On the first day meeting you, we're opening your car door so you can get out of our car. We're making sure that you're walking on the inside of us, as our grandfathers and our dads taught us, so that if any oncoming danger approaches, it hits us first. We're paying for the movies. We're paying for the restaurant. We're pulling your chair out. All of our actions show that not only do we have a value for you, but that the value that we're supposed to have for you has been passed down to us. It is you who changed. It is you who changed. You don't resemble women anymore in a lot of cases. You have features that the only time men have saw these features is in other men. Do you think that I can see manly features in you and treat you like a princess? Do you think that I could see manly features in you and be thinking about you for no reason and just shoot you a cash app? The women who that was reserved for were women whose femininity and ladylike demure was so apparent to where even after the date I'm thinking about you. And at the top of my list of things to do, even after I've dropped you off, is to impress you so much to where the next decision that you make is that I'm the one who gets your time and not any other man. You guys don't compel us to think like that about you anymore. You guys, how you advertise yourself half naked and all of that, we just want some fellatio. After we have sex with you, because of who you were and who you presented yourself before we had sex with you, we didn't view you as something like, I want to be the only person she's giving her time to. Because of how you presented yourself, we view you as, let me do a couple of things so I can get closer to smashing.
Bang, 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 daddy, bang.
You guys keep talking about money, and we don't mind giving it up if that'll get us one step closer.
Bang, 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 daddy, bang.
You guys are coming with contracts that have fine print, and we can read fine print. When we hear you talking about money, when we hear you and experience you being materialistic, we don't view that as long-term incentive. We view that as bust down, and that's how we treat you. Stop talking about money. Stop being all about materialistic things. Because men who are looking for a long-term relationship, we view women like that We'll even offer you some money just to smash if you want to just cut to the chase. We'll offer you money, but let's go.
I felt like I've been with him a long time. I felt like I've been through a lot with you, and you was ready to give up on me with ease for me cheating on somebody. For me cheating on you for somebody, and I feel like you could have given me another chance. And that's just.
And I want to say this. I apologize for pausing so often. Ladies, I want to let you know this. Let's go. Turbulence, people. We won't forgive you for cheating. And we do expect you to forgive us. That's a double. Turbulence, people. That's the way it is. And anyone who doesn't know the difference between a woman cheating and a man cheating, you're still operating inside of a form of childishness. I can cheat on a woman, and the woman that I cheated with is trash to me. Trash. Hope I never see her again. Hope I never see her again. Be disgusted in myself the moment I release. Thus, the infamous belt buckle jingle. For those of you who are not familiar with the infamous belt buckle jingle, the infamous belt buckle jingle is when a man finds a woman to be so low in value to where when he gets on top of her, the moment that man releases, he doesn't roll over and put his arm around her neck and kiss her on the cheek, right? He doesn't roll over and say, babe, where's the remote control so we can watch a movie? He doesn't say, get dressed, babe, we're about to go out to eat. No. Because of your caliber of woman you are, because of your character, because you've already done things that make me think that you're not wife material, the moment that I release, the first thing that you hear is me reaching for my pants, signaling my exit, because I don't want to be around you anything past sex. Right? I can do that to that woman that I cheated on you with. Disclaimer, men should not cheat. And I'm saying that to all of you men. You shouldn't get in a relationship if you know that you don't have that dog out of you yet. But men are still typically going to probably have one or two mistakes, right? But in the event that I do, I can cheat on you tonight and still run into a flaming inferno building about you. The only life that I have, I don't have a spare in the closet. I can cheat on you tonight. And if I'm given the option at GUN point, I'm finna pop her or I'm finna pop you in the head. I can still say, let her go. That's the difference. When a woman cheats, she gives a part of her spirit and her intellect up to a man. The thing that even made her be willing to cheat, I found something attractive about him. He moved me a certain way. It's emotional when a woman cheats. She's into him. You have no business being into anybody else but me. Like this chick I bust down, I'm not into her. I don't know if I was drunk. I don't know what happened. I did something stupid. But see, when a woman cheats, this is where affairs come from. She typically isn't going to cheat once because she was attracted to this man. She saw something in this man that she liked. And she was probably kissing. She probably made love to him. Us, we F-U-C-K these H-O-E-S's. A man cheating, fellas, is wrong. If you claim to be a professional, if you claim to be ambitious, if you claim to be driven, you should know that your integrity is of the utmost value. And if you're running around out there, I understand if you have a couple of mistakes, but if you think that you can just cheat on this woman, you are a man who does not have self-control. And therefore, you are beneath me because I'm better than you. You don't abuse women. and just perpetually cheating on a woman is abuse. Because here's something that people don't like to talk about. A good woman, it really does hurt her when a man cheats. It hurts that woman. It breaks that woman. Right? After you have your mistake, it is incumbent upon you to go above and beyond the call of duty to convince her that that will never happen again. I'm talking about gifts. I'm talking about catering. But ladies, you should not leave that man. If you see a man making a sincere effort to let you know that the last thing on earth that he wants to do is lose you, I guarantee you this. If you do leave him and you get back out there on the dating highway, the next man who abuses you, he's not going to care as much that he hurt your heart. So it is better to deal with the devil you know than the devil you're going to have to get to know about. Stop leaving these relationships. Stop leaving these relationships because listen, listen. That grass that you think is greener on the other side is sunburnt, fried. Can't even plant any seeds in it. That's usually how it turns out. Ladies, so let me hit you with this. Another double standard. Men have to break ourselves and hurt ourselves physically to become of any substantial value to society. That's why we often have calluses on our hands. We have to really hurt ourselves. We have to work overtime on a different level than women do. Yet, a woman can create an OnlyFans account and make $1 million in one day. A woman can walk outside right now when she's extremely, extremely, extremely sexually aroused. And if she has a sign on cardboard above her head that says freshly out of a new relationship, just looking for a one-night stand, she can cause a traffic jam. Do you know that even a handsome man, if he's not allowed to use his phone and his previous contacts, if that man walks out looking for some sex, it might not happen for a whole week straight. Men and women have double standards that benefit each of their lives. I think it just takes us to be adults to acknowledge that and be honest about it. You guys can get promotions that would require somebody else to get a college degree, all because of how you dress when you go to work and showing that little cleavage. You guys can get out of speeding tickets just by unbuttoning that top button when you see the cop walking up to the door. There's a reason why women don't go to the jail like men do for the same crimes, right? You have favor because you're a woman. There's a reason that society roars when bad things happen to women in society, but when men happen, sometimes it doesn't even make the newspaper. So listen, ladies, what I'm trying to convey to you is there are double standards on both of our behests, right? Ladies, when you cheat, it's worse than when a man cheats. You belong to me. You belong to me, which is the only reason I'm willing to give my life for you. You think that I would give my life for you? If I didn't think you belong to me? And the American government and feminism has tricked you guys into believing it's wrong or bad for you to feel like property of a man. You are my property. Or I wouldn't be willing to DIE for you. You belong to me. All of the actions that I demonstrate towards you is indicative of that. But you've been tricked into viewing that as something negative. Do you know how high of an honor it is for a man to view you as his? Until you reach that mark, you probably won't have a man who's willing to give his life for you. Until that man starts to feel a possessory component towards you, you're not going to get the best out of him. You won't get the best out of him. And that's why shows like this one are important. Because a lot of the bad thinking that you guys have been programmed with so that you can become hyper consumers to America, it's false. You want to get the real absolute best out of a man? Behave like you belong to him. And you will get a behavior out of that man that separates, in his eyes, separates you from all of the other women in the world. You guys have to lose this mindset of leaving men for cheating. Now, I do encourage you to leave a cheater, but a man who has a couple mistakes, when you leave him, the odds are significantly high. You're going to go back out there to the dating highway and get something worse. A lot of times you're going to get something significantly worse. Right? So ladies, yes, it is worse when a woman cheats. When we have sex with you ladies, why do you think you'll often hear your man say, "Whose is it? Whose is it?" We mean that. It means a lot to us that you say, "It's yours, baby." Because at that precise moment, see, diamonds are said to be very, very, very valuable and able to be sold for large amounts of money because they're rare, even though they're not rare. Do you know the value of a man having something that 8+ billion people on earth do not have any access to? You can't really even, somebody name me something more valuable than that. I have a woman that no other man on this entire planet has access to. Do you know how valuable that is for a man to be able to feel that way about you? It's the reason he will give his life for you. But now, when we have sex with you, we are putting our mark on you. It is no different than me taking a scalpel to your arm and saying, "Real Stacy Prince." I expect that to be there forever. So what happens when the other man gets to put his mark on you? You can't still be mine if another man got to write his mark on you. I hope a lot of you got that. Let's go.
It's the honest truth. And if consequences was involved, I definitely want to want serious consequences outside of the system for doing this because I wasn't raised like that. And, you know, I just hope that all this could be.
My people down here supporting the show. Listen, shout out to Eddie over here with the $50 Cash App rocking out with us. I appreciate the love, brother. Shout out to Miss Brenda over here supporting the show. It was actually her dad who made her come clean. Her family was mad at her. 100%. 100%. If her family hadn't came down, if the men in that family hadn't came down on her, you guys are familiar with this show. We see women come up here often and they don't have it in them to be honest, to humble themselves and tell the truth. She probably wouldn't. Because if she had it in her to be that way, she probably wouldn't have did the initial deed, right? Make sure we have no more cash super chats down there. Shout out to Israel over here rocking out with us. Israel said, give her the time that he would have received. I agree with that. I think we would only have to see that happen about 3 times in society before women really started double and triple thinking doing that. I agree. Let's go.
Be resolved. That's why I refused the charges. Me and my dad was gonna go up there and handle the
I
situation.
apologize, people. You know what they didn't tell us? They didn't tell us is how long he's already been sitting in there waiting for this to be resolved. Humiliated, eating prison food in the orange jumpsuit, degraded. But let's go.
But I never had to go to court. I hope that my statement can help today because he actually didn't do nothing. I was wrong, Ryan, and I apologize for that because I shouldn't have.
I want to say something. Fellas, don't get to acting crazy. I'm just creating observation. That is a very beautiful black woman. That is a very beautiful black woman. I love a plain Jane woman. I do. Because to me, when you see all of the additives, all of the makeup and things like that, in my personal purview, I associate that with her being a part of the world. Some of her soul already being contaminated. Some of the ways of the world already having rubbed off on her. That is a very beautiful black woman. Probably ghetto or whatever. But I think we also have to start acknowledging the beauty of women more. I think we also have to start complimenting women more when we see them. Just an observation.
There was nobody life like that. I just felt like I've been with him a long time. I felt like I've been through a lot with you and you was ready to give up on me with ease for me cheating on somebody.
Listen, I'm so sorry. I got to do this. Before America got a hold to black women, I understand why they were referred to as goddesses. To just look at them and to be around them, like black women who have not been contaminated by the world are all that. And women of any race for that matter. America has really done a number on its women to where men don't view them as women anymore.
I mean, for me cheating on you for somebody, and I feel like you could have given me another chance, and that's just the honest truth. And if consequences was involved, I definitely wouldn't have wanted to go to jail for falsifying a fake report. That was so unladylike of me. I don't know where I get that from. And I know I'm not in fear of Ryan Bradstreet. Like, I know his whole family know me. I'm dead wrong, and I hate to see you in jail for something you really didn't do. And for us, the black eye, I really did have a fight in front of Dollar General with a 40-year-old.
Okay, let me ask you this. Why tell the officers the victim mentioned her boyfriend normally has a gun?
Okay, I was wrong because his baby mama said the same thing. I was trying to put him in a bad situation. I knew what I was doing.
Oh my God. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So when she called the police, she also told them he usually carries one of these. That means this woman was so in her emotions, she tried to get that man off. Ladies, you need a man more than you think. When your biological makeup allows you to be that emotional to where when you feel offended, you can create a scenario where the man loses his life by police, that's something. You need help. And the help is a man. Let's go. Crazy.
I didn't have the right intentions. And when I did that, trust me, I'm dealing with problems every day for that. I literally lost everything at this moment. Like, I don't even have a job no more because my karma came back on me. I know that he didn't harm me or hurt me. And
okay, we got that. Anybody else got any questions?
Have the police filed charges on you for filing a police report yet?
No. But my mother said that can't happen. So I was just hoping and praying. That's why I was scared for the whole situation, because I was wrong. I didn't have to do that like that at all, period. And
Positively can happen.
yes.
The crime what you did, what you're confessing to right now. You need to make sure you don't ever do that again.
I would never do that again, sir. I'm sorry about that. Like I play with someone's life, and in the midst of it, I play with my own, and that is not right. Nobody deserved it.
I'm going to say this. I commend the family. And I do commend the young lady from coming forward. What she did was terrible, but it would have been worse if even her family couldn't have compelled her to come forward. Right? It would have been worse if she hadn't have come forward. Do you guys know how hard it is to escape the grasp of a parole board? You guys don't know this, but a parole board does not really work for a parole board is really citizens that they call upon to come and pretty much be jurors. I'm not excusing what she did, but I'm saying if I was him, regardless when she did it, I'd still be grateful that she came forward. Because there are many men who are still sitting in prison because somebody hasn't come forward. Ruth says she should get some kind of consequences. I'm almost 100% sure she did. You can't do that nowhere. That's a crime. You can't do that nowhere in America. They said I got a refresh for what? Who, me? Adios, mios. Let's go.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm smart and I know better for doing that.
Anybody has questions for her?
I have no further questions for the victim. I have no further questions.
I got a question for him.
Okay.
I see a note in your file that says this is the second arrest for domestic battery charge in 2025. And that the previous
whoever just tried to call in, I just accepted it. Hey, Instagram. Those of you who want to keep watching the show, I got a free phone up. Come on over here to YouTube and rock out with us. My baby mama over here on IG. It's just my baby mama. I did that live on air, didn't I? Let's go.
previous charge involved a firearm also, and that the board reprimanded you for that charge and gave you a break. Was she the same victim in that case?
No.
Another one?
That was my baby mama falsified the report on me too. She wrote a letter and let them know that I did not do none of the things that she said I did.
And Your Honor, I'm wrong because I was literally trying to be down with her and do the same thing. I didn't have the right to do that. I didn't.
Yeah. What's your baby mama's name?
Oh,
Hatcher?
Yes.
That lets you know how frequently this is done. That lets you know that that is these people's go-to. The number one, he hit me. I actually have a clip on this phone right here where a man and a woman were into it, and when she was walking out of the door, she said, "Shut the F up before I call the police and tell them you touched your daughter."
And that charge, she came forward and said she filed a false police report just like this?
Yeah.
And they dropped the charges on you for that one too?
Yes, sir.
All right, I have one more question. Violation number 10. The offender currently owes $662. What's your plea on that, guilty or not guilty?
I plead not guilty with a statement because at the time of me dealing with trying to get a job, I did attend the Daily Report Center, but I had my baby mom, my baby mother, she ended up going to jail for some dealing. I don't know, but she had got.
Now I'm going to say this: this guy is apparently toxic himself, and you can listen to it in his voice. I'm not judging him, but when you have two women who are capable of doing this, that means you're bad at picking women. But I don't think that he's of any higher caliber than the women he's picking. Just so happened what they did was wrong. They are all in the same rankings, in my personal opinion. You can hear it in their vocabulary and things like that. I'm not judging. They come from the streets. And that's why there's this ongoing cycle of toxicity circulating in their lives. You know what I mean?
Danger to a child. So I had to become a full-time father. I had to go to CPS and sign papers and go to court at least once a week and take classes to get, I had my baby, I had to get the custody of my daughter, which is I let the lady contact with my parole officer to let him know what I've been doing and why I couldn't attend the Daily Report Center at that time being on those days.
You got in touch with your parole officer?
Since I've been incarcerated?
No, I'm saying.
The lady, I forgot her name. The lady talked to my parole officer and let him know and kept him updated.
I feel bad. I do. Maybe I shouldn't even bring this up. My heart goes out to people who were raised in severely impoverished areas and very economically distraught environments, because you can hear it in his voice, the lack of education and everything. And I don't blame them for that, because no one prays to be, I'm not saying that he was illiterate, but there's some issues and you can hear it in his thought process and his articulation. And my heart goes out to people like that, because we know where it comes from. It comes from their conditions that they were raised in, you know. And sometimes that can play a role in the outcomes that you receive in life.
What was going on? Well, I had recently went Thursday on the 12th, March 12th. The case over. So when I go home, I got to talk to the lady that was over the case for me to have time where it could be days where I could get my daughter and, you know, how we could meet and have my family members to go pick my daughter up and bring her to me. So that why, like that was one of the main reasons I couldn't really get a job. But I did pay, like my family do help me with a lot of stuff because I paid $250 one time. And it's like whatever I could get, and I paid. It's just that.
Boy, you're still guilty of owing $650. They asked him, how does he plead to owing $600? If you haven't paid it, you're guilty, boy.
It's been hard for me because I had to deal with all the newborn baby. I'm new to this, but I've been rehabilitating myself since I've been in here. I had earned me a few.
I want to say this too. This goes back to what I just said. The way that you hear him articulating himself right now, it's not playing out in his favor. I'm not saying that they're going to do something to him. I'm just saying it's very unfortunate when we come from certain starved environments, because we'll have learning disabilities, you know what I mean? We'll have higher literacy rates, and that will be how people perceive us. It's easier for people to treat you like a nigga when they perceive you like a nigga, right? It's unfortunate.
Certificates, I took anger management, forklifting safety class, money management. I took a CPR class. I've been in here maintaining myself, rehabilitating myself, and staying focused. So only thing I need.
Listen, so he has been in there for a minute. That boy's been in there for some months behind this to have gotten all of those courses. crazy work.
Do is just apply myself when I make it out there now. The custody of my baby is safe and my family members healthy. So now all I gotta do is when I make it to society, just get a job.
Okay. I have no more questions.
I have no more questions either. Panel ready to vote?
Executive session, please.
Okay, Tillis has moved for executive session. Do I have a second?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go into executive session for a few minutes. Just hang tight right there to discuss confidential matters.
Okay.
Mr. Bradstreet, the parole board's ready to vote. Mr. Tillis?
My vote today is gonna be, well, I want to ask one last question. Do you plan to have any relationship with either of these women?
No, sir.
Why
Not at
not?
all. Because the situation that I've been, I'm a good person and I'm very helpful and I'm willing to help everybody. But me dealing with a situation like this for the second time, knowing that I'm not that type of person, I just can't be, I cannot put myself back in a situation like this. Because I gotta make better decisions in life and this is one of the best decisions I gotta make.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. My vote is gonna be to do not revoke.
Mr. Barra?
I think what you just said is the smartest decision you've made so far. And I'm gonna, based on that, do not revoke you. And I'm also gonna make it a special condition that you have no contact with Tamim or Alexa. And if you do, that would be considered a parole violation and bring you right back here. Also, I'm gonna put a 10-hour per week community service work on you until you get a job. In other words, you're not gonna sit around the house and do nothing. You're gonna have to work service work or get a job. Once you get a job, the parole officer can remove the community service.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Freeman? Okay, mine could be the same. I'm gonna add one more stipend because I do not want you around either victim. You do have a child. You got to get the child, either get an officer or get a family member, swap somewhere in public.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna put electronic monitoring on you for the first 90 days to make sure you don't go around these women.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now look, this is 2 times, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it's quite a coincidence. So I would try for 3, but we have no evidence here to revoke you, so that's my vote today.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think they made the right decision in this case, and many of you feel the same way. I'm going to read your comments, and I'll also share an update. So I don't know if it's true. We don't really know, but on Instagram, where this received hundreds of thousands of views and tens of thousands of comments, there was one comment that said, "I know who they are, and he's already back together dating her again." So I don't know. Of course, someone could have just made that up, but it wouldn't surprise me at all either. And it wouldn't surprise me if we were to see him again. I looked up his information. I looked up the jails, that Sir Richard provides. He is not back in trouble. But if he does get in trouble again, and I think if he's with her, we will see him again. And we'll record it again. And we'll play it in the return of playlist. But before
If that boy get popped off again, he better not even have the audacity to go in front of that parole board. But listen, this is what I want to say. I think also a lot of people don't understand that we do reap what we sow. And I believe that there are some women. Hey, YouTube, let's get those to hit that thumbs up button for me, YouTube. Let's get those likes up. We've had a significant amount of traffic in here, and I need you guys to get those likes up so that we can get more traffic in here. Tap that thumbs up button. Where's the ZF down here? Shout out to my brother ZF over here, keeping it gully on TikTok. Bree said they try so hard to persuade women to be with them. We do, because we're sensible, decent human beings. Right? Unlike you, we know that we're supposed to be with the opposite sex. See, my ego wasn't going to kick in and say, no, we don't. We do desire good women. We do value good women. Now what, Bree? I feel so bad for you. Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Instagram down to those of you who want to continue rocking out with us. Come over here to YouTube at The Real Stacey Prince. I appreciate you guys for rocking out with us. Hey, I gotta check all of that out. She said feminism does not benefit the black community. I agree. I don't think feminism benefits anything. Listen, shout out to all of my people rocking out with us over here on YouTube and TikTok. I'm going to go to an intermission because I want something from 10 of you. Hit the thumbs up button. Right? Let's cross that mark. Let's get us over there to the 100 likes, which is nothing. We've exceeded that. So let's get us over to the 100 likes. What's going on? What's going on, good brother?
Hey, man, I know it's a little off topic, man. You know, I'm an observer. I just want to ask you this question because I know you're going to keep it real.
Talk to me.
Hey, man, as I scroll through these timelines, you know, like I'm an observer, so I'm looking at our women, man. You could just scroll through timeline, bro. If you scroll through these TikToks and just watch, I watch how we interact, these females, man. And I'm just blown away, man. It's like, no, seriously, bro. It's like these women are, it's like they should just date themselves, bro. I'm serious, man.
Listen, let me ask you this. Why do you think they're moving like that? What do you think happened to them?
What do I think happened to them, man? That's a good question, bro. I mean, a variety of things. I think one, men are onto them. For one, you know, they're not.
That's a good point.
Men are onto them, so it's like, I mean, these girls will literally sit in front of the camera, listen, Stacey. I'm talking about go take a shower, put a full thing of makeup on, and not go nowhere and sit in front of the camera the whole time like they out on it in front of a man.
They messed up,
and
brother.
It's euphoric for them too. I see it. The more energy it's like they get this energy from the likes, and it's like a false sense of relationship of some kind because they can't get a real relationship from a man.
I like the way you worded that. You know, there's research on that. There's research on that. They said from the time a woman posts a post, the immediate gratification associated with her sitting there watching to see who's going to be the first person to respond and what they're going to say is the equivalent of, I think they said, 3 hits of heroin.
That's crazy.
Foaming at the mouth. Like they
So basically
must
what you're saying
have
is
the attention. They must have it.
So you're saying it's giving them a dopamine response?
1000%. It's a physical thing.
Wow.
And see, think about this. I tell people now. Think about this. You're probably not my age, but I remember Avant, Keith Sweat, right? We remember when R. Kelly. Now he transcended on into a whole different era, but I'm talking about the time when they came out. They had these women under control because
Stacey, I'm about your age too, bro. I'm 49.
Okay, my brother. I say that boy stay in the gym. You know?
Hey, man, I do.
Listen, they had him under control because all of the attention that women desire, they were getting it.
Yeah.
I will die for you. Everything was about women. Everything was about women. I'll give you the sun, the moon. Everything was about women. But here's where the interruption came in.
Yeah.
Towards the late 90s, when men blew up in the rap scene, and now men had the spotlight. Now men had the videos with the rims on it. Now men had the big balls of money in their pocket. Now men were all in the spotlight. What that did, it hijacked all of the attention from women that these R&B singers were giving them. Because look at today. We don't have any R&B singers. Now what that did, it created a starvation. Women were like, what happened to the attention we used to get? I miss it. I love it. What will I ever do without it? And they discovered one thing that they could do to get that attention back. Take off clothes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's what you're
true.
seeing today. That's what you're seeing today. Look at them. They are, and we're talking about pastors' wives wearing, I forget what they call those dresses, skin complected dresses to where it looks like she's naked up under there and all of that. They must have the attention. And now that Keith Sweat, Aaron Hall, Avant, R. Kelly, all of that is gone, they're getting it however they can. And it goes past just taking off clothes. Now they're cracking their legs open like there's not going to be a tomorrow. They must have the attention.
Bro, you hit it right on the nose because I can remember, I'm old enough to remember, like the spandex bodysuits that they're wearing? I remember they used to wear those underdresses.
Come on, man.
You remember that?
Come on, man. And it's just gotten out of hand.
It's out of hand, man.
What you're seeing right now, brother, is this. What you're seeing right now is this. Women were never supposed to be out from under the leadership of men. I tell people this. Our grandmothers, who everyone speaks so highly of, our grandmothers who have the amazing reputations so amazing that even when we think about them today, we could drop a tear. This is how impeccable these women are. I tell people this. I truly believe deep down in my heart, the biological makeup and everything that the Bible has said about the nature of a woman, it was even in our grandmothers to be hoes and bust downs. But our grandfathers had their foots on these women's neck to where they couldn't act the way they wanted. I think the way these women are acting today, you think our grandmothers didn't secretly have those desires to get smashed by Freddie who live across the street from us is handsome, but they couldn't do it. Our grandfathers, they knew what time our grandfathers got off work. And I mean, you got to understand, even back then they said mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Stacey. Hey, check this out, man. Let me share this with you real quick, bro. So it's kind of crazy you say that. I was just on a panel the other day, and what I am is a realist. So I was on the panel, and I had to tell them, these women, I was like, you got to understand, the same women that raised us men, what you're getting is a more enlightened, informed man. And right now, we're being more verbal. But you got to understand, Stacey, I grew up in a single family household, right? Mm-hmm. Where a woman raised me. I got to see how my mom was, bird's eye view. Mm-hmm. Most men seen how, and I love my mother, but we know exactly how women are. You know why? Because we got mothers and sisters.
100%.
And we see how we saw how they operate.
100%.
I saw how my mom used to make me go to bed early. I would listen. I could hear in another room what was going on.
100%.
When mom would sneak men would come in and out the house. I'm just being honest, bro.
No doubt. We've talked about this. I think day before yesterday's show, we were talking about the exact analogy that you're making right now. Like we were talking about it day before yesterday, like all of those men who, moms like to think that kids are ignorant. These boys know that there's men they hear that door opening at night certain times of the month. They know. Right.
Yeah.
So, and what's going on, man, is we're dealing with human beings who lack self-control at the highest levels. You know how we know? What has to be going on inside of a human being to let 3 different men get them pregnant?
Literally.
That's something that we've never supposed to have seen in life. Of course, we heard about it, like the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot, but that's something that nobody's ever supposed to really have seen. 3 different men you are sacred. Your womb is sacred. And you're treating it like a petri dish, like on a casual level, like, well, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Hey, big head, what you doing? And that's how easy it is see, you're around my age, so I know you remember. Man, we used to have to put in work to get some sex for a woman, man.
Man, it was hard, bro. It was hard. I promise it was.
Got to be the boyfriend, and it got to be in a relationship. Listen,
hey, Stacey, I used to literally play R&B music in the background of the phone. You remember how it was?
Come on. Hey, he taking me back, y'all. Listen, we used to do that. We had that. We had that Keith Sweat playing while we talking to. Come on, Keith, help me get them panties, brother.
Man. Yeah, man.
I agree.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy, bro? I'm gonna tell you, man. It's really opened my eyes. I love the women in my family, Stacey.
No doubt.
But my first hurt came from my own, not from girls I dated, but from my mom, my sister.
Yeah.
Seeing that's where my first trauma came from. And then I look back on it now, bro. It all makes sense to me. I looked on my birth certificate coming up with no man's name on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my mother made me think that the man that was supposed to be my father, I ended up finding out 3 years ago that the man who she said was my dad, bro, he ain't even my father, man. And then when I confronted her about it, and my sister and them attacked me. Everybody in my family attacked me like I was in the wrong.
And see, let me say something real quick. I want everybody, those of you we are live on 4 panels right now. I want everybody to know something. You guys are wrong when you do that. You attack somebody for speaking and even questioning something that warrants valid questioning. And that's how a lot of us grow up without pertinent, vital information that we're supposed to have. Men, being a man is a very, very, very complicated thing. There is a lot of complexities that come into coming together and to creating this thing as a man. If some of those elements are missing, we will resemble men who visibly have deficiencies. So when and it's another thing that they do, going back to what you said, they say to weaponize against us. They say, who hurt you? He been hurt. Yeah. Yeah, I've been hurt. But they use that conversation to shut us up from a conversation that we're right now currently having that's offending them. But yeah, I've been hurt. Yeah, this has happened. Yeah, my life didn't go all together. Yeah, a girl broke my heart and my homeboys ran a train on her. Yeah. That's where all of this information is coming from that we're trying to get other people to not have to go through. Because I'm going to say this, ladies, I know for a fact being cheated on for a woman, a good woman, we're talking about a good woman. We're not talking about one of these random bust downs out here. A good woman, when her heart breaks, is terrible. But I hate to say this. Turbulence, people. Do you know that there's not many things that can compare to when a man believes this is his woman and he loves her and she cheats on him? It is not the same thing. It is not the same thing. Men love harder and more genuinely than women do. Neither of us should be cheating on each other. But what I'm telling you, ladies, is When a woman cheats on a man, it's a whole different level. Like, we think about that stuff for some months and years and stuff. It's a devastation. And I'm not alleviating from the woman being cheated. A woman shouldn't be cheated on either. But what I'm telling you is, you guys have been taught wrong that men are tough, don't nothing bother me. You're crazy. Why do you think you've seen some men crash out? So yes, we do have emotions too, but we just don't let them destroy our, most cases, a man who is put together well, we don't let our emotions destroy us to the capacity that police aren't the ones who are, especially black women. Police aren't the ones who have done the damage to black women, right? It's not men who have done the damage to women. Have done the most damage to themselves. The decisions that you guys make based on your emotions, you absolutely destroy yourselves. You go out there and you'll have 3 children by 3 different men. And then when men in society treat you like a woman who has 3 children by 3 different men, you can't take that. Now you're on social media saying men ain't shit. No, we all just got to make better decisions. That's really what that boils down to.
Hey, you know what's so crazy, man? I'm gonna be honest with you. I was married. I was married from 21 until 30, and people couldn't understand. And I'm wrong for this. I'll take full accountability. But another thing, just to piggyback on what you said, a lot of women don't understand how involved more fathers would be. At the end of that relationship, she degrades and bashes him and makes it so difficult for him to be in that child's life. And men love so hard, and what we don't want to see, this is what women don't understand. When we have a child by a woman, the worst thought in our head is that our child that woman being in a new relationship with a man, having that kid, thinking about what that new guy's probably how he is around our child. That's what's hard for us.
Because we're protectors. Protectors have to have vision. We think about the future, right? That's why God equipped us with vision so that we can protect the now of you and the future of you. So we're thinking about all of the elements of that. You know what I mean? We're wondering, is the ninja that you messing with sneaking in our daughter's bedroom and all kinds of stuff, right? And here's the crazy part. It is happening. It is happening. 29% of the young girls in the black community report sexual abuse. But guess what they say? They say the highest numbers are accumulated when the woman doesn't have a man in the house. When there's a man present, it significantly reduces the possibilities of that. But what our women desire, the reason that they desire to not to be out there like that is because they've had so many sexual partners. They got 5 guys who really just blow that thing out every time he sneaks through. And to even imagine having to give up Gary and Tay-Tay, boy, he knows how to do it from behind. They think about this plethora of this roster that they have, and each one of these men really blows her back out, and she loves it. To wake up one morning and make a call to all 5 of them and say, we can't do it, we do no more, they don't want to do that, and they don't do it. So that's why it's so easy for a lot of women to cheat, because even in a good relationship, there's studies behind this, even in a good relationship, sometimes a woman get caught doing something and she's not really tripping about being caught because she kind of wanted that relationship to either be postponed, talking about I'm going to stay with my mom for 3 weeks, because some of the men who have blown her back out so well, they secretly think about these men, and some of them have bumped into that man at the gas station, and now they're ready to give Tay-Tay a test ride again. That's what a lot of this stuff is about. That's why the studies suggest women are not supposed to have had more than 5 sexual partners, because once you've had about 15 or 20 sexual partners and it was good, 10 of them were good, it will be exponentially more difficult for the man you're married to right now for you to ever be able to focus solely on him without thinking about your past amazing lovers.
And that's why I always say what you just said is why these women are overstimulated. It's like there's nothing. The closest thing that makes them feel good is them getting on TikTok and being entertained by numerous amounts of men.
That's why you think they're getting half naked on the internet. Those likes. Like, you know, and they don't understand, you're not supposed to have those likes. You're supposed to have a husband.
Correct.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming up, rocking out with me, brother.
Hey, thanks, man.
You
I
know what
appreciate
it is. You know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Good take. Good take. Yep. Marlon said, then she go find Lil Ray Ray or Jiggle. Yeah. It's the equivalent of a hamster wheel on fire. And if you think about it, it's apparent women don't have the vision that we have. Because if they did, they wouldn't do 80% of the things that they do. Because men can look and we can see where that's going to land you. We can see. They have done so much to where they can't be pleased anymore. It takes higher and higher and higher levels of excitement to please them. Listen, when you get blew out oh so well from behind, and I'm talking about, listen, not only is Tay-Tay hung, he knows how to grab you by the back of your neck and take this and grab the skinny part of your waist and be making sure you're getting all of it in you. Right? What's good? What's good? What's good? My brother. My brother, I appreciate you calling in, family. You know it. Listen, salute to Biggs with the $5 cash app rocking out with us. My brother. Those of you who have never really paid attention to it, we have a call-in number at the bottom going across the banner. If you have disagreements or whatever. But listen, that's what I was saying. When you have had tremendous amounts of amazing NCX, it eventually is no effect on you anymore. Just like insulin. People who become diabetics, they dread having to take insulin shots. They dread it, right? But after the first shot, after the second one, especially after the third, it's nothing. Barely feeling anymore. It's the same way with these women. Is why it takes higher and higher levels of excitement to get them off. Some of them resort to getting trains ran on them. Some of them resort to letting men put things in them. While it just, you break yourselves. You break yourselves. Anybody got any questions or any disagreements? Okay. So come on up here then. Come on up here. She said, the more men talk, the more we choose singlehood. I wouldn't dare have these men kid. Ma'am, we know you're already a single mother. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? I guarantee you're a single mom. The reason that we know is because we know the certain behaviors of certain women. We know how men treat them. And check this out. Check this out, ma'am. Check this out. I guarantee it. The man or men you have children with are niggas. They don't own a tie. These are niggas. Know how I know? Because a quality man would have nothing to do with a woman who thinks like you. Turbulence, people. Turbulence. I often tell the women down in the comments, your behavior tells us, she said, I'm 28 and I don't have kids. How are you 28 years old and you're this dismantled mentally? Oh, she has a crazy body count. How can you be 28 years old and this is your outlook on life? She said, I'm 28 years old and I don't have no kids. Ma'am, I'm 28 and I don't have any kids. Know where you're from.
Dead man! Dead man walking!
I'm going to tell you this, sweetheart. I don't wish bad upon you. I promise you, I swear to you, if you don't change your frame of thinking, men will treat you bad. If we don't see good in you, we have to treat you bad. We will use you like tissue, something that's expandable. And I know you already know what that's like already. I don't know what your life was like. I don't know how you grew up. I hope things get better for you because black women are dope. Black women are really dope. But if you can't handle the weight of what you've been through and keeping it from transforming you into something that society looks down upon, you'll be treated just as such. We all go through things, sweetie. We all go through things. It is incumbent upon you to get over whatever it is that has you viewing the world the way you do. You think that you can talk like this and get a good man? Listen, let me read this again. In a way, I'm glad men have talked. It let us know to stay childless. Who do you think has stayed childless? Over the last 49 years, African American women have went to the clinic and terminated 20 million pregnancies. Right? You are definitely out there getting down, so I don't know what you're talking about. It's very unfortunate. She said, and I agree, we don't crave marriage either today. Sweetheart, I want you to know something, and I want you to please listen. This is going to be bad, people. Turbulence, people. There is such a significantly higher number of women in America than there are men. 3.5 million to be exact. Let me say this to you. There are so many more women than there are men in America, to where those of you who say we don't crave marriage, we don't give a fuck about you in the slightest or what happens to you. We can afford that. We have the leverage. And if we're black men have been ranked the most desirable group of men on the entire planet to date. We will never experience a drought. We can date across every race. All the color spectrum finds us desirable. So this thing that you're talking about, it will be you who need men. Men won't need you. Men can survive the rest of their days out without women. Women can't survive the rest of their days out without a protector. So keep that train of thought. And it will be men like us who use you to stretch you out, followed by the infamous belt buckle jingle. Sweetie, you don't know that you make life so much easier for us. When we've been stressed out, those of us who are about our purpose, and we're not in a relationship right now, we don't have time for a relationship, but we do need to get our rocks off every once in a while. Sweetie, that's where you come in. Okay? So keep that mindset because we need you, sweetie. Those of us, see, men, when we're focused on building something significant, we can't be locked down in relationships. A lot of men feel that way. We really need our focus, and we can't be out there juggling multiple different women because we're dead set intent on that thing that we're building. But in those moments, we do need female companionship. Sweetie, that's you. So I don't know if you thought that was a shot to us or something, but we need you. And don't change, okay? Okay. Listen, you know what I've figured out about a lot of women? The areas where they have the least leverage and the least benefit is the areas they try to throw at us like it's a shot to us. The older you get, the more difficult it gets for you to get married. I can go get married multiple times over today. I could just make some phone calls and get married today to premier women. Okay? So I need you to think before you speak, sweetie. You're 28 years old and you're already headed on the path. I know you've probably been used up already. That's why you have the outlook on life that you have, because men have tapped you out. Do you know how I know? I know that men have stretched you out because if you had have had good experiences with men, you wouldn't have much bad to say about men. You're not familiar with this show, are you? Insults? These aren't insults. This is real. Right? Ruth, have you ever noticed when you ask me personal questions down there, I never answer them? I see them. Oh, she's already had her back blown out. She's had her other hole played with. Okay. She said, men don't control who we sleep with. I'll do whatever I choose to do. Sweetie, I'm encouraging you to do that. We need you. Okay? The men who cheat on their wives. We need women like you to exist. Okay? We need you to let us tamper with every orifice in your body. Even the pores, no matter how little the holes of your pores are. We will use you for what you're good for, sweetie. Now, I want to say this. I would prefer that you didn't get used. I know you've been used already. That's unfortunate. I know that you didn't have your father in your life. That's unfortunate. But when you come up here talking the way you came up here talking, we treat you, sweetie, a different way than we treat respectful women. Now, you're not too old to change. It's about time for you to start getting married around 28 or 29, right? But if you don't change, we will continue to knock the stuffing out of that Egg McMuffin. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Okay? Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Crazy work. Look, Joseph said, useful to the group. You may come in your hand, but you will not be touching nothing over here. Well, sweetie, maybe not me, but we know that thing has been touched a plethora of times. Because if it had not, you would not have such a negative outlook on men. Listen, do you think that if all of your experiences with men were with quality, good, God-fearing men, that you would be up here talking the way that you are? No, sweetie. And therefore, we know the same thing. Caller on the line. You're on the line. Tell us what's on your mind. Hold on. Give me a second, bro. Give me a second. What's going on with you?
Not very much. I just had a comment to make, or maybe in the form of a question.
Talk to me.
How do you all feel about a woman who's been divorced? My husband divorced me. We have a 15-year-old daughter. I have a hard time about allowing her to see guy friends around me. So once we get together, more than likely it's on the level of... Hold on. You said you have a hard time letting your daughter get around you when you have guy friends? Yes. Okay, that makes sense. That's good. Because as a father, so I'm not looking for another man to be her father. I'm just looking for companionship. But since our relationship between my daughter and I, we're working on that, we have a lot of disagreement daily.
Okay, hold on. Who did the daughter live with most of her life?
Me, the mother.
Oh, okay. So that strikes me as odd. How do you guys, usually the women are able to indoctrinate the daughters? How are you guys at odds?
I guess she's so much like her dad. She's very headstrong. You know, she's very opinionated. I think because of her DNA, she doesn't know how to come across making a point without sounding disrespectful, like, you know, not like how we were as kids, you know. And I guess that's just the time that we're in right now. Kids are very different, you know, but I am the disciplinary in the house as well.
Okay, hold on. When you say you're the disciplinarian in the house, was it like that when you and the father were together as well?
Yes.
Okay, so now I understand the contention between you and your daughter. One parent is going to be the bad cop. It's always going to be like that. Whoever is laying down law is going to be the bad cop.
Right. So in return, if I meet a guy, I always make it a note to say, hey, because of the strain on the relationship between my daughter and myself, and we live together, I may go MIA, and there's nothing towards that guy. And I am a person who likes to have companionship. I love to show affection, and a lot of times that usually ends up being the very thing that I do.
Can you turn your phone up for me?
Yes. I said what we always end up doing is maybe going to dinner, watching a movie, but it's always going to end with, you know, us doing what we do at the end of the night, which is fine.
Right.
And I don't have to talk to him again the next day. It doesn't bother me.
Look, she hitting men with the infamous belt buckle jingle.
I need to be put back into the streets.
Okay. So tell me about how old are you?
I am 45.
Okay, that's not bad. So have you ever thought about this? What this show is about 100% is two people getting together, architecting the best possible outcome for two people's lives at the later years of their lives, when our immune system starts breaking down, when we start getting sick, when we get into a car accident, when they find a lump in the breast. Is that a serious thing to you, that you want somebody to see you through to the very last days of life?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay, that means no. So I can go ahead and have a different conversation with you. So right now, you just want to enjoy companionship.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to get to the core of your conversation, but I want to say this first. What that does is, once you do get to the place where you desire to have a man to see you through to the end of life, because of how you're moving right now, which I'm not judging it, because, I definitely understand bachelorette and bachelor life. I definitely get it, you know what I mean? But I tell you what, if you do so happen, bump into somebody on your escapade and they give you HIV or they give you herpes, it is going to make it exponentially harder for you to, when you get serious in life, it's going to make it all that more difficult for you to find a quality man who values you enough to take care of you in the later years of your life. Okay, I just wanted to get that out. Now we can get away from that. So your daughter lives with you?
She lives with me over 80% of the time. Her dad is probably less than 10 minutes away. So she does have access to getting into his home, which is her other home.
Oh, okay. So here's what I want to ask
She'll
you.
be driving next year.
Here's what I want to ask you. Why couldn't you guys make it work? You and the father.
I'm a nurse. electrician at a nuclear power plant.
You've cheated on him a few. You've cheated on him a few times, haven't you?
No, he ended up doing some things on me.
Hold on, sweetie. Hold on. Now, come on, let's talk honest. We're gonna talk honest. You've cheated on him at least one time, right?
No.
So you just decided after y'all's relationship that you were going to experience your promiscuous phase.
No, I didn't move on to talking to someone else until after 2 years of being divorced. It took me 2 years.
Okay.
After divorce,
I can respect that.
to even look at someone different.
Okay, so listen, let's get to the nookie of what you're talking about. So you desire a companion right now, somebody who, it doesn't have, there's no dating pressure, no arguing, just somebody that you two mutually benefit each other without any significant pressure.
Correct. And he was that person for a long time.
Okay,
Until
so
I found out that he was having even more of a close relationship with his best friend, which is a female, and she was a bridesmaid in our wedding.
Okay, so what's the issue that you're having right now?
The issue is the guy that I currently talk to, he's a widower. His wife died in October of 2024. We came back into each other's lives after we both mutually lost a guy. He was really nice. That's how we met, but we ended up being able to talk over his death. He's such a affectionate, just always, he loves his children. He's raising 2 girls, technically by himself, 7 and 9.
Give me a second, real quick. Give me 1 second. It's going to take but a second.
Okay.
Okay, are you still here?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay. But again, I just want companionship. I'm not trying to be a stepmother.
Okay.
I struggle with having a good relationship with my own daughter. So I just don't have the mindset or I just don't have any room in my life to be in those girls' lives.
Oh, he has daughters.
Because they miss their mother. Yeah.
Hey, listen, let's get to the bottom of this thing. You want what you want. That's all that you want.
Yeah, so when I say that, then I listen at Stacey Prince, it's an issue for your body count to go up and all that. I guess my thing is I've always been able to separate what I do in the bedroom and how that makes me feel when I leave. It doesn't make me feel like anything.
Okay.
Because I just don't feel like I'll probably fall in love with anyone else again because of my ex-husband.
Okay, so you, as of right now, where it stands, you don't see yourself getting married again.
Correct.
Okay, so there only leaves one thing. So we teach the dire need for companionship for 2 people to look out for each other throughout the later years of their life.
Yeah.
But we're going to remove that away from you because you're on something else. So in the event that it has to be like this, that you're a woman, you kind of live your life like me. I don't want a lot of turbulence. I'm busy often, so I can't really be submerged in a relationship where I'm obligated to somebody and things like that. So here's what I would advise you to do. The man that you're currently seeing right now, the issue that you have is you don't want to be rude, but you also don't want to come off as a stepmom.
Yes.
Okay. Have you conveyed this to him?
Kind of, sort of. I have.
With a man, you can't kind of, sort of. You can't kind of, sort of with a man.
Well, I just haven't blatantly just come out and say, hey, I don't want to be a stepmom to your girls. You got 2 beautiful girls. And don't get me wrong. When I'm around, the girls act good. Every day, they get notes sent home from school. You never want to take a child's power away from them, and that's their voice. But he's just having a hard time making those girls understand that it's a time and a place. when you feel like you need to say something. I mean, there's notes of misconduct all the time. And
All right, right.
you know, it's just.
So you
And
feel
I'm
like
like,
you're
I
not
don't-
ready
I don't
for
have
all of
time
that.
for that.
I got you.
No.
So, let me ask you this.
And because he lost his wife, he feels like, you know, we are on a time limit. We don't know when our last day is to come.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What you guys have going on right now with you and him, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is it for you? How good does it work for you? Like, no, this really works for me. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you like it right now? Like how you guys merge with each other, how you guys spend time with each other, and how good is it right now? How good is it working?
I mean, we can talk about anything.
Give me a scale of
sometimes
give me
we
a
stay
scale
on
of
the
1 to
phone.
10. Give me a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, I'll say it's a 7.
Okay, that's not bad. So I think this. Do you guys have a situation? Because I know your daughter stays with you. Do you guys have a situation where, when it's time for adults to spend adult time together, that it's not a problem? You guys finding a place to spend adult time together?
Well, it would always be a problem on his end trying to figure out where the girls need to go. You know.
How are they young girls or are they teens?
Yeah, they're young, 7 and 9.
Ah, yeah. So
And
sweet.
they fight for his attention
So
every day.
I don't think that's gonna work for you.
Okay.
Like, listen. Here's what unless, because see, when we want some adult companionship, we want it right then. We don't want to make no dates. We want you to be able to, hey, come swing through. Let's kick it.
Because I was like, God, you know.
Listen,
here we
hold on. Listen,
Yeah.
you need to convey to him, because listen, I'm gonna be honest. It sounds like you have a little wild side to you, spontaneous and things like that. Do you?
I do.
Okay, so you need to let him know who you are. I don't think you have. You really need to let him know who you are and give him the opportunity to be able to accommodate who you truly are, because that's when things are really going to get good for you guys. Imagine you being able to call Gary right now and say this: I got one thing to say to you right now. Come get this. Click and hang the phone up. That's dope when you guys can move like that. You see what I'm saying? And if you let him know that that's the type of person you are, I'm telling you this as a man, we will find a way to accommodate that, because I'm sure he's enjoying you and benefiting from you the same way you're enjoying him and benefiting from him. So you guys really need to turn that thing into a fun situation to where, I'm talking about like when we were 20 years old, just even booty calls. Like, let's don't make this thing complicated. I want to see you right now, nigga. And you need to convey that to him.
And get in the car and come and see me, because he has to have, some type of care plan in order for the two girls,
Right.
So it's been a lot of the time me going over there.
Right. So
and I don't like for them to see me going into their bedroom. So, And,
let me ask you this.
They saw me go in there, but, the door was open, things like that. When we first started talking, we went out to lunch, and then we decided, let's start going to the YMCA, to the gym, and just run, walk, just talk, jog,
Is he okay with you seeing other men? Is he okay with you seeing? Is he okay with you seeing other men?
No, and I'm not seeing any other men right now.
Okay, so here's your options. We've boiled this down to your only options.
Okay.
You're going to have to get okay, because 7 and 9, that's young. That's beyond spontaneity. You can't really be spontaneity with that. How far do you guys live from each other? A drive?
Less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's tough, because those kids at 7 and 9, they do need constant supervision. I was going to say, okay, so let me ask you this. This thing that you guys have going on, do you desire that it continues on for a significant portion of time?
Do I desire to have personal time with him?
No. Do you desire that this relationship that you have with him last a while? Or would you be okay if you bumped into a man who didn't have those kids and could be spontaneous with you?
I'm afraid that I don't know what I would do. I mean, I can say I may bump into someone and he doesn't carry that type of, I guess it's okay to say baggage. I don't want to sound degrading, but I mean, I would probably take their number, you know. Just over the years and being in the healthcare field and just some of the personal things that go on,
right?
You know, I got just a handful of friends I can go to with no doubt. I got 3 girlfriends. We all, you know, best friends, had children the same time, got married back to back or whatnot.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
On an actual level, how many times in a month?
So what now? I'm sorry.
On an actual level, how many times do you and him get together in a month?
Oh, when my ex was in the picture?
No, on an sex level, how many times do you guys get together in a month?
Oh, so far it's just been like a weekly thing.
Oh, so it's every week.
Yeah. If we
Okay,
get
and that works for you, right? That works for you.
We just started doing it. Like we met in February, but the last of April, coming into the month of May, we've had some consistency of trying to doing it one time a week. Sometimes, you know.
Okay.
Between work schedules. Mm-hmm.
And let me ask you this. So let's just say once a week. Let's just say once a week. If you had your way, it would be how many times a week?
I'm a sexaholic, so
I knew that. I knew it. Okay, so I'm gonna say this to you.
If I can get it one time a day, or every other day, you know, I mean, about day 2, somebody gonna come off some.
Somebody coming up off of it.
Yeah, because I don't like pleasuring myself. I feel like crawling up under the bed doing it. You know, my little toys, either the battery, you know.
Okay, so listen, hold on. Let me ask you this: what kind of phone do you have? iPhone? Now, I don't know if this doesn't work for everybody, but have you guys ever thought about having video phone sex, like on those days where, you know, talking on the phone a certain way? Okay, because I said that because
it's like a peep show, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And, you know, and toys and ball. But the reason I said that is because here's what we do know. His circumstances aren't going to change. Either you're going to have to get used to the once a week. Does he have anybody in his life that ever comes for the kids?
No.
Oh, wow. So the kids indefinitely live with him.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're in a place to where if this is going to be the man that you're dealing with, you're kind of going to have to revolve around his circumstances, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
And listen, if he even had, I don't know, so, that's right, you said he's a widower, okay. So he has no other older daughter or something like that to where they can watch the kids while you guys get away for a week? He has nobody?
No. Because his oldest daughter, one is in Texas. The other one is, she's a handful, so she's not welcome to the house at this point.
I have an idea.
And he has, I
have an idea. Here's something you guys need to. So, how does your daughter feel about you dealing with him?
She is so ready for her mom to find someone.
Okay. So hold on. And your daughter lives with you, right? Has she met his daughters?
No, I will not let her meet his daughters. I think she's spoken over the phone to him once.
But hold on. Tell me why you wouldn't.
Because my daughter is a socialite. Like she probably has 2 or 3 things going on in 1 week with her own friends, and that's another thing. Her dad works out of town a lot, or he may have to do some other things regarding church or something like that. So, of course, it'd be me, Mom, can you take me here? Can you take me there? You know, that kind of thing.
And your daughter's 15, right? Is she a
So
mature
she's
type
got
of?
a permit. She's getting ready to drive.
So she's about to be driving. Okay, so listen, let's just talk. I'm just throwing something in the air. Does your daughter have to do chores around the house?
She has what now?
Does your daughter have to do
Chores?
chores? Yes.
She is
Spoiled brat.
She is responsible. No, she's supposed to do the chores, but she half-ass do the chores, like washing the dishes. It's more of a mess to me. But keeping her bedroom clean, in her bathroom space, things like that. She's just like a tornado has come through her room.
Oh, okay.
And her
So
answer is, I'll get to it, Mom, at the end of the week. I'll get to it, Mom. I gotta go be here. I gotta go be there.
okay, so listen. Your daughter knows this man, right?
She knows of him because I'm on the phone a lot.
But she's never met him in person.
No, she's never.
Okay, so what I get from this is you're really trying to keep him separate from your life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you.
Because of our dynamic not being
Right. Okay, do you have
where
any
I feel it should be.
do you have any younger nieces or anything like that you're close with?
Do I have any? What? I'm sorry.
Do you have any younger nieces or anything like that you're close with?
No, my niece lives in Birmingham, and I live in Muscle Shoals.
Jeez.
Now, like I was talking about my two best.
Because listen,
girlfriends.
here's what I'm getting at. Me, myself, if I was him and me and you were dealing with each other and I was fond of dealing with you, somebody I trust is about to be making some of this babysitter money.
Okay.
That's what you guys should be looking into, because you guys could really, really enjoy each other. You could listen.
Right.
You can't convince me you guys don't know anybody who would. I don't care if you have to overpay them. Like, hey, we're getting away for the day or whatever. Pay a good trustworthy niece, a good trustworthy goddaughter to stay with his daughters for the day or whatever. Like, that works for everybody. In today's time, we don't really have to worry about our kids, because anytime he would get concerned about if you guys are at the hotel or if you guys are at your house, actually, all he has to do is FaceTime the babysitter and say, hey, how's everything going? Let me see the girls. It's simple.
Right.
You guys could make that work. I'm certain that you two know somebody.
Yeah. We put our heads together, or maybe, his mother would probably watch the girls overnight. For that very reason.
Yeah.
Because
his mom probably wants to see him get out and, experience somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's mentioned that to him, and we've spoken about that when we first linked back up. So, I guess I just want to. He's gotten me on Stacey Prince, and I love the show. And I was like, man, I just need to kind of run some things by him, but no intent to remarry, and really no intent to have titles. I mean, I just feel like if I'm with you, I'm just with you.
No doubt.
We don't have to walk around broadcasting.
I agree.
Exactly what the terms are in the relationship.
And I'll say this too. The way that you're moving, it keeps your body count from getting high. You select one person that you're going to be intimate with, and that's just it. I told my daughter, I'm a person of faith. Like, I don't believe in, I try not to. I fail, but I try not to mess around outside of wedlock and things like that. But I told my daughter, if you are going to, I know you're an adult, and I know you're a very attractive woman. And I told her, I said, before you end up out there passing yourself around, I would prefer, even if it's not a serious relationship, that you have somebody in your life to where when you get lonely, that person can come watch movies with you. When it's time for sex, you have that one person, right? So I think you're doing it about as safe as you can do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Look into a babysitter. Because, you can shoot somebody $40 or something like that, and you guys can go off and experience $1,000 worth of joy from each other. You see what I'm saying? You guys can go off and enjoy each other. It will cost you $40 to have $10,000 worth of enjoyment from each other for the whole day. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so look into that. And if you guys don't have no goddaughters, if you said his mom, listen, there's apps that come with highly qualified babysitters who have resumes and things like that. And they have proven track records that they're good babysitters. Get on one of those apps. Get you guys a babysitter so that you can enjoy each other more fluently.
Yes. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it.
All right, I want you to subscribe to the
so
show.
much for your helpful tips.
No problem. You take care.
All right, you do the same. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. She sounds like a good woman. I like women like her. You can tell she's not a bust down. You can tell she's not a ratchet. You can tell she's not a hoe. Oh. I apologize, TikTok. I had to make sure that... Shout out to my girl London over here in this situation, rocking out with us. Shout out to my girl Yoli over here, tapping in with us on YouTube. For those of you who have any questions, you know the call-in line is at the bottom of the screen, or you can come up on TikTok. London's another beautiful black woman. I really, really appreciate beautiful black women. I do. I really appreciate it. What have I done? I don't even know what I've done. Is that? What the heck? Mic check, mic check. Okay, gotcha. I appear to have done something wrong, broken something. And I'm scared to unbreak it because this thing might fall through. What have I done? Put that right there. This thing is a whole different type of mouth. There we go. Turbulence, people. Right. Okay, let's see what. You know, I'm going to tell you guys something else. Chi-Town in this situation. I'm going to tell you guys something else. It's really, really, really unfortunate to see girls at the age of 28 and things like that to be broken already before they've even had really time enough to experience the experiences that break us as human beings. But you know what that means? It means she jumped out there at an early age. She doesn't even have a username. She just got a picture of a animated black girl. Sweetie, I know what you've done. I know what you've done to yourself. And the only thing, of course, it doesn't help to say it, but you shouldn't have done it. You jumped out there too fast and you started letting men, bang, 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 bang. And that's why your outlook on men is the way it is. Because imagine if you had an experience with a whole bunch of amazing men, you wouldn't even have bad things to say about men. Your experience with men would only be that of good things to say about men. But the fact that you're so vehemently spewing venom on men, it lets me know that a lot of men have probably gotten to touch your body and not treated you so well afterwards. Thus, the infamous belt buckle jingle. There are probably a multitude of times where a man has used you for pleasure, and the moment that man releases, he, reaches for his pants. He's out of here. Or, shit, baby girl, what you about to do? It doesn't feel good. Not to everybody. Some people have been ran through to the extent to where it doesn't bother them anymore. But I will say this. If you don't, you should acknowledge the parts of that was your fault. Because somebody has to take a blame in order for healing to start. And oftentimes, usually blaming the other person is the inaccurate blame. Most of the time, self-inflicted wounds are self-inflicted wounds. You've done a lot of that to yourself, so tell yourself that you're a piece of shit and that you're going to do better. That's what I do. Call yourself a hoe, right? Think about the last time a guy came over and you gave him some top. As soon as he busted, he walked out. I say this. I think women should refer to themselves as hoes when they acting like hoes and things like that, because it can help you repent. To say something that bad about yourself can help you to get more uncomfortable with yourself. When we are uncomfortable with ourselves is when we change, right? It's disappointing that you're 28 years old and you're this bitter, but I want you to know that you can change. You can fix it. But if you start, listen to me. If you keep moving like this for some more years, studies show what a person is doing at the ages of between 30 and 32 is likely what they'll be doing for the rest of their life. It's talking about mindset as well. The mindset that you carry a certain mindset for a specific amount of time. It will become who you are. And the woman that you are right now, I'm not saying you're a bad woman or anything like that, but the woman you're presenting right now, somebody like myself could only find one purpose in you. Well, come on up here and speak about it. Listen, people, we have gone silent. Where are my show supporters at? Let's get it going, people. And I want to say this. There are people who have just become part of this show, who have supported the show, and I rock with you guys. My old crew, they used to sit back and just let the main people who typically support the show. So salute to all of my newcomers, my stay ones. Daryl said, okay, she won't listen. To the streets you go. Nubian goddess. And this young lady is loaded with bad information. Loaded. She's been on TikTok. A lot of these women get a lot of their education from TikTok. Majority, a lot of them. That's why words like narrative and things like that take off like wildfire. You know what I mean? You start hearing women say misogynist and things like that. Narrative, using the word narrative. They get a lot of this stuff, this rhetoric that comes off of TikTok. All right, people, if we have no more questions, we are about to get up out of here. You're not lying, legend. TikTok is definitely dumbing these people down. All right, people, we are out of here, and I appreciate you all for rocking out with us. I appreciate you guys for supporting the show. We are gone. Hottest show online, people.
coming out next.
Never talk to me like that again. You hear me? Huh?
Say good night to the bad guy. Say good night to the bad guy. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Bang, 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 daddy, bang.
She belongs to the streets. She belongs to the streets.
Get over here!
My doctor has notified me that I am morbidly obese.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
Last question is why.
Many have wondered why Satan was played by a woman in the Passion of the Christ.
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, here. Goodbye.
It's an evil world we live in.
Oh yeah, no, it's done. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
How much do you weigh?
180.
Goodbye.
You guys see what the top sign says. Enter at your own risk.